Hey Virgo, welcome to my channel, Sarah Angel Tarot. Thanks for joining me. Also welcome cross watchers. So this will be a general daily love reading for the sign of Virgo for September 2025. These are general and collective messages, you know, take it how it resonates. Okay, so what are the love messages for Virgo for September 2025? What are the love messages for Virgo? Love messages for Virgo. What are the love messages for Virgo? Okay, we've got the King of Cups, the 10 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. Okay, so you could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, you could have children with someone here. Possibly someone's in another commitment. Possibly you could have a water sign watching you that looks got a lot of love for you, a lot of passion for you. The King of Cups is quite reserved, calm, laid back, sort of emotionally distant. He keeps himself to himself. Also, he's very creative and artistic, and he's like an emotional healer. When it comes to family, he's very sentimental, you know, he's very loving and kind, and he's all about the romance. I do pick up someone here that is quite daydreamy. Could be some sort of illusion going on. Someone here could possibly be in another commitment, possibly, with this 10 of Cups. This is happy families dynamic. With this 5 of Cups, someone does not look too happy in a situation though. Wow. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So someone could be stuck in another situation what they're unhappy in. This is remorse, regret, this is guilt, this is sadness, this is despair. I do pick up here someone that's got codependency to do with alcohol, and it could be affecting their judgment and their decision making. And I do feel here that someone here, their emotions cloud their judgment here. With this 5 of Cups, they're just, you know, just feeling sorry for themselves, literally just drowning. And with this 8 of Swords, this tells me that someone here is very restricted, tied down, trapped in fear and worry and doubt. It's like their hands are tied in some sort of commitment here. Or this could be someone that wants this with someone, but they're feeling sad due to some sort of mental block going on, some sort of communication block. There's some sort of mental challenge going on here, and when I see blindfolds on people, it's because something is too painful for them to see, like their actions, etc. And I do feel here that someone could be acting a bit foolish. But I do feel here someone could be watching someone's social media. Possibly this is you feel sad, waiting for someone, waiting for your ships to come in, waiting to hear from a water sign. With this 8 of Swords, someone here is very, very conflicted and trapped in their head right now. They might need to gain some sort of clarity, a thought, some sort of perspective. And I do feel it's like they could get out anytime they want, but they're afraid of getting burnt or getting cut, that sort of thing. And it's like someone is being held prisoner by their own thoughts, by their own fear, by their own anxiety. They're trapping themselves in their own head here with this 8 of Swords, and they need to free themselves so they don't feel this stagnation, you know, this anxiety, this stress that they've got there at this moment. This could be you. Maybe you're tired of this situation and it's causing you to feel stuck and confused and indecisive here. Show me more about this 8 of Swords for Virgo. Someone could have children here, definitely. I do feel here that someone is going to possibly be walking away from something or wants to get away from something. Wow. It's like they want to get away. But I do feel here that someone has obligations here, commitments, children. It could just be staying out of convenience. It could be a living arrangement, commitment to children, you know, financial obligations. But with this 6 of Swords, I definitely feel that someone's going to be walking away from something here because they've had enough, right? And I do feel this water sign has got a lot of love for you, Virgo, with some of you. But they need to free themselves from something here. They're not happy at all. They look very sad. They look very depressed. And just very restricted and tied down in a situation. Okay, the Lovers, Gemini. Could possibly be some sort of third-party situation, because this is also about choices and decisions as well. Tell me more about this Lovers. Tell me more about this Lovers. Tell me more about this Lovers. I do feel here someone isn't looking after themselves very well. Their health isn't too great. Someone could have children here with this Empress. This is Libra and Taurus energy. So possibly, yes, someone's got children here. They could be married to someone, but they're not, don't look happy at all. If it's not you, Virgo, it'll be the other person. This someone here is sad and miserable and unhappy, and then, wow, you know, I can really feel their pain. It's like being an empath. I can feel their emotions. I can feel their sadness, their regret, their despair. There's definitely something to do with alcohol here that's clouding their judgment. So we're having this Empress here. Someone could be expecting here. As I said, someone could have children here. Someone here, it doesn't always have to mean pregnancy or children. This can mean that someone's health isn't great and they need to nurture themselves more, love themselves more, be kind to themselves, show their self-love. Yeah, this is about showing your self-love as well. Possibly, like I said, they're in another commitment, some sort of third-party situation, but it looks like they want to get away. They're trying to free themselves, but I feel that someone's fighting with something here. If there is outside influences, family, mums, dads, brothers, sisters, you know, I do feel that there is some sort of outside influence here, and I do feel here that someone is full of fear. This Empress, though, she is intuitive, very spiritual, kind, devoted, mothering energy. Okay, you could have children. You're a very devoted, supportive parent. You want to look after your children, do what's right for your children. You want stability for your children. Okay, she's very in tune with her spirituality, very in tune with her intuition. Very, very, very confident, powerful, serene. She just goes with the flow. You know, she's a naturist. She's just very sort of, she's ruled by Venus. This is about sexuality. Okay. Tell me more about this Empress. Whoop. So I definitely feel that someone could be trying to get away from something or someone here. Okay. Because we're having the Seven of Swords here. So someone is trying to get away from a situation here. It could be toxic codependencies, destructive. It could be lust, desire, you know, but I do feel here that they're struggling with choices and decisions and options right now. And with this 6 and 7 of Swords, yes, they are trying to get away. Possibly could be backwards and forwards, but I do feel they're trying to get away with the 6 and 7 of Swords because they're not happy. Possibly twin flame soulmate dynamic with this Lovers card. I call this the twin flame card. Okay, divine union. Okay, spiritual union. Okay, because she represents femininity as well, divine feminine energy. Because with this Empress, okay, someone could want children with you, a future, happy families dynamic. Okay, definitely feel that there's a water sign watching you on social media. Or it could be you. Maybe you've got water in your chart. Maybe you're waiting for your ships to come in. Okay. I do feel there is going to be some sort of a change here, a turn of events. Okay. Someone's very trapped right now, especially in their own head at the moment. Okay, bear with me. See, that's why we're having the Moon card. Look, because someone is doing deception. Okay, there's illusion, there's fears, there's doubts, there's worries. Yeah, confusion, indecisiveness. Someone is not being open and honest about their feelings. They don't know what to do. They feel stuck. Look, that's what I said with the 8 of Swords. Subconscious fears going on. They can't seem to get a grasp on reality. Bit of a daydreamer, stuck in some sort of fantasy world right now. Definitely something to do with codependencies here. There's a lot of secrets going on here. Like I said, deception. There's no honesty right now with this Moon. And I just feel that someone, they could be learning a painful lesson here. Tell me more about this Moon. Tell me more about this Moon. For Virgo. Tell me more about this Moon. Yeah. So we're having the Hangman here. So like I said, they feel stuck in a situation. Things are at a standstill. There's a communication block. There's a mental block. There's a lot of mental chitter-chatter going on here. Could be dealing with a Cancer moon, Scorpio moon, Pisces moon, possibly Libra moon, right? Someone's very emotionally sensitive here. Very, like I said, very emotional, like very in tune with their emotions. Especially if you're dealing with a water sign. Someone's not opening up here. They're just being emotionally distant, and you know, they're not opening up. They're not giving you anything. With this Hangman here, possibly this is why someone feels stuck, because they're not making changes or sacrifices. They're not releasing things that aren't good for them, right? So with this Hangman, things are at a standstill right now, limbo, right? They could be in some sort of Zen mode, some sort of meditative state. They need to gain clarity of thought here, gain some perspective, right? And then they will no longer feel stuck, right? The Hangman is also about looking at things differently, looking at things from a different perspective, right? In the future, right, someone's going to be cutting their losses, walking away. They're severing ties with something, or they're trying to get away, okay? But I do feel here that someone is stuck between two lovers, because we're having the lovers, right? But it's like they want to come away from toxic waters, and they're going towards something better. They're saying, something better, please. They're saying, I want a new start, I want a new opportunity elsewhere, okay? And I strongly feel here that something here needs to be surrendered, that needs to be let go of. You might need to say goodbye to an old life, an old self, yeah? Sacrifices need to be made here, and then they will no longer feel stuck. Okay, it could be codependencies, could be materialistic things, could be a third party. Tell me more about this Hangman and this moon. Tell me more about this Hangman. Okay, what have we got? I don't feel this person is happy in this situation, because we're having Five of Wands. I feel like someone here feels like they're some sort of outsider, some sort of misfit. That's why they just want to get out of this situation. Look, Five of Wands, Five of Cups. This situation looks very challenging, and someone just wants out. I don't feel someone feels that they can be their self right now, or in this situation at all. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. With this Five of Wands, there's a lot of conflict, rows, disagreements. I do feel there's something to do with someone's family, outside influences here. Okay, like I said, they feel like an outsider, a misfit, and they just want to get away. Okay, so possibly, you know, this water sign in question wants out of this situation. Okay, it doesn't have to be, it could be dealing with an air sign or a fire sign, it could be any sign. I strongly feel it's a water sign that you are dealing with that is very sort of stuck, sort of at a distance right now. This could have been going on for 6 years, 8 years, 6 months, 8 months, okay? And I strongly feel that something here needs to be let go of, make a change, and then they won't feel in this doubt, this stagnation, this emotional state, blocked. They need to free themselves from something, basically. Okay. Any more love messages for Virgo? Any more love messages want to come out here for Virgo? Okay. Any more love messages for Virgo? Some of you could definitely be expecting here. They could try and come back here after they've surrendered this situation, or whatever it is, this cycle that's making them feel stuck. Maybe it's you, maybe you want to surrender this and walk away because you've had enough. Okay. 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 Any more love messages for Virgo? Any more love messages want to come out here for Virgo? Yeah, this situation, I feel that it's making someone exhausted, tired, bored, stressed, anxious. I feel like they're carrying around too much responsibilities, too many burdens, too much stress on one's shoulders. Look, and they need to put these ones down. surrender something, and then they won't no longer feel stuck or in this sort of illusion, this moon, this deception, right? And with this Ten of Wands, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, it's like this is a burden beyond one's strength. It's reached the inevitable. It's time for a change. Yeah? Because if you don't make changes and sacrifices in your life, or you're around someone and you're unhappy, it's making you feel stuck and stagnant. You need to free yourself from something. Okay, so if it's not you, it'll be the other person. I feel that they've been carrying around this load with them, this burden, for quite some time now, Virgo. So if it's not you, it'll be the other person, right? Any more? Okay, what's the outcome of this situation? What's the outcome of the situation for Virgo? What's the outcome of the situation? What's the outcome of the situation? What's the outcome here? What's the outcome here for Virgo? Outcome here for Virgo. Someone could be overworked here as well, overstressed. Could have met someone at work and they don't get on. But someone's definitely going to be walking away. They're seeking opportunity elsewhere. They're seeking a new start. If it's not you, it'll be the other person. Look, someone's walking away. I feel that you could have been dealing with this for quite some time. And you've just had enough now. Could be dealing with someone younger than you, or you younger than them. Very closed off emotionally, very distant. Like I said, with this deception, this moon, they're being cold and distant. They don't show much emotion, they don't show much love, they don't show much compassion. Something to do with codependency, that's what I keep hearing. So the Death card's just popped out, Scorpio energy. Okay, so there's going to be some sort of ending of a cycle here. There is some sort of personal changes going on with someone, some sort of spiritual ascension, some sort of transformation, some sort of changes, transitional stage going on in someone's life, a sort of spiritual growth, development. So with this Death card, this is saying that there needs to be a change here. There needs to be, look, someone's going through this rebirth. It's reached the inevitable. It's time for a change. I do feel that someone could struggle with change, resistant to change. And that's why we're having this Hangman. They have trouble letting things go. So with the Death card here, there's going to be some sort of ending with something, some sort of cycle here. Which, by the way, someone just looks exhausted, like physically, mentally, emotionally exhausted. Especially if they're going through some sort of spiritual awakening, ascension. Like I said, saying goodbye to an old life, an old self, you know. It's hard to let go of something, especially if it was codependent. And with this Death card, like I said, this is going to bring in changes and endings, but there's also new beginnings, new starts, and then opportunities coming in. Yeah. Tell me more about this Death card, Virgo. Tell me more about this Death card. Do you feel like someone's, you know, juggling a lot in this situation? Yeah, juggling a lot. Okay. Tell me more about this Death card. Tell me more about this Death card. Yeah, this is similar to Taurus's reading. So we're having the Fool card here. So this is Aquarius energy. Okay, so I do feel here that you are craving change, you are craving liberation, other opportunities, new starts. You feel stagnant as well here, Virgo. You want change, you're tired of this situation. There isn't much give and take in this situation. This could be you. You feel hanging, you feel out in the cold, you don't know what to do, you're confused, stuck in, you know, sort of doubt, worry, fear. So someone here is going to be taking the leap of faith. They're going to be breaking free from something here. Okay. With this Fool and this Six of Swords, someone's going to be walking away. They're cutting losses with something, severing ties, and they're coming away towards calmer waters, healing waters. They're seeking opportunity elsewhere. They want freedom, change, liberation. I pick up someone that wants change and traveling as well. Someone wants to be a daredevil, spontaneous, fearless, fear of the unknown here. Yeah, pursuing their heart's desires, right? And I strongly feel with some of you Virgos, you are tired of waiting around, and yes, you will be making changes in your life, and you are going to go forward, and you're going to put yourself first, because I feel that you've been carrying around this burden for too long now. Show yourself more love, nurture yourself, yeah. Okay. Tell me more about this Fool. Tell me more about this Fool card. Tell me more about this Fool. Someone here could be still completing their transformation journey, you know, the transitional stage, spiritual journey, you know, someone could still be completing that. So we're having the World card. So something's going to be ending here, and then you're going to be entering a new phase here in your life here. This is completion, achievement, accomplishment, victory, success. You want change now. You don't want to feel stagnant anymore, or someone doesn't want to feel stagnant anymore. They can't seem to make a decision here between two people. That's what I feel. Other commitments going on. Possibly, yes, completion of this cycle. They're going to come out of it, but it's going to take some time. They'll come forward, you know, make a decision, make a choice, come towards you, try to reconcile, you know, want a future with you. So with this World card here, there's some sort of cycle coming to a completion, okay? Like I said, where there's endings, there's new beginnings. And I do feel a lot of you are going to be entering a new phase in your life, a new cycle with this World card. This is about finding yourself again, feeling confident, okay? You yourself, feeling achieved, feeling accomplished within yourself. You know that you're going somewhere in life. I do pick up long distance, could be far away from each other. This could have been going on for quite a while. Tell me more about this World. It's like you want to feel whole again, yeah? Finding yourself again, you know. Someone could have lost sight of their identity here a little bit. And that's why we're having the Temperance card here, because someone is juggling a lot. They struggle with change and adapting to a new life, a new way of thinking. An old part of them has died, you know. Something has died. Something has ended, something has gone. But I do feel here that someone struggles with change. As I said, the resistance. They can't let things go. That's why they feel stuck. And with this Temperance card, this is Sagittarius. There's a lot of moderation, balancing, juggling going on. This is about someone here that could be overindulging in codependencies, addictions, alcohol. It could be anything. And they're trying to sort of master with the Lovers and the Temperance card. You know, this tells me that they could try and come back to you, yeah? It's like opposites attract, and they find middle ground, mutual, you know, mastering strength and balance and agility there, channeling divine energy there. Definitely could be dealing with a fire sign. And this is about patience as well. You know, someone could have had to learn patience and self-control and how to master that and maintain that. Moderation, like I said, someone's not looking after themselves, not getting much sleep, not drinking enough water, overworked, stressed, tired, you know. More about this Temperance card from Virgo. Tell me more about this Temperance card. Tell me more about this Temperance card. Tell me more about this Temperance card. Tell me more about this Temperance card for Virgo. Yeah, this is very similar to Taurus is reading, okay? Be open to change as an advice, yes. You know, don't keep all your eggs in one basket, okay? Be open to change, be open to new love, other options. I feel that you're keeping your options open because someone here is stressed and tired and fed up of this situation, okay? Possibly you thought this person was your twin flame, okay? Because we're having the Lovers here. I feel like there isn't much give and take. There isn't much boundaries. There isn't much, yeah? Someone's not giving someone much right now. Okay. Tell me more about this Temperance card, please. Tell me more about this Temperance card for Virgo. Tell me more about this Temperance card. Yeah, someone... That's why we're having the Two of Swords. I feel like they're stuck between two options. Yeah. Some sort of third party thing. Again, look, Two of Swords. Eight of Swords. Yeah, they're trying to get away from something. Or free themselves from, you know, bad thoughts. Their own thoughts. Again, stagnation, confusion, indecisiveness. Feeling stuck. Also, options. Struggling to make a choice between two people. This could feel you. This could be you. Because we're having this Moon card. Look, someone is stuck. Stagnant. Yeah? They're juggling two people. That's what I feel. This is just like Taurus's reading. And I just feel with this Two of Swords, like I said, a mental block. And there's some sort of communication block here. Crossroads. And there's some sort of lesson going on here as well. And someone's finding it difficult to deal with. Some sort of lesson. Something really has hit home here. With this Two of Swords. This is why they feel stuck. Repetitive energy, repetitive cycles. Because they're not surrendering something. That's what I feel. Something to do with another commitment, a third party, or codependency that is affecting how they think and feel, their decision making. Something is clouding their judgment, you know, it's affecting how their conscious decisions, you know, their decision making, their choices. Yeah, emotions cloud their judgment. I do pick up here someone that feels very bored and emotionally unfulfilled, tired of routine, tired of this whole charade, you know, this situation. If it's not you, it'll be the other person. Four of Cups. Again, this is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. Okay, so you're definitely dealing with an emotional, sort of emotionally distant water sign. I do feel that they are trying to get away with the Six and Seven of Swords. Possibly there's going to be a completion of cycles or a situation. Something is ending here, or something here needs to be surrendered so that someone no longer feels stuck. This is frustration, boredom, okay, definitely something to do with alcohol, dependency. Someone could drink a lot, smoke a lot. If they are in another commitment, like I said, it could just be obligations, commitments, children, money obligations, living arrangements, you know, but just know that they're unhappy and bored where they are. Also, I pick up someone here that is quite stubborn. They won't accept help from someone. Okay, I'll get some final outcome cards here. I'll get some final outcome cards here for Virgo. Final outcome cards here. Final outcome card for Virgo for this situation. Final outcome card here for Virgo. I just feel like someone's clinging on to something or hanging on to something. It's like they're hanging on to you very tightly. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it. They're in another situation, but they're watching you or hanging on to you very tightly. Someone is hanging on to something or stuck on something or someone here. Look, because we're having Four of Pentacles. This is very similar to Taurus's reading. So the Four of Pentacles is like being stuck in a comfort zone. Someone that is obsessed with materialistic things, money, power, status. Someone could have got stuck into some sort of materialistic bondage. This is Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy here. And also this could be someone that is hanging on to someone very, very tightly. I feel like there's something that they're protecting here. They're not being open or honest about something here. There's secrets, there's deception. With this moon and this Four of Pentacles, look. Yeah. It's like they're refusing, they won't budge to come out of this stagnant, you know, this. There's not much balance going on here. There's not much equilibrium. I feel that someone here needs to learn self-control. It's something to do with some sort of bondage here. With some of you, I feel that you are single. With this Nine of Pentacles, you're really sort of, you know, working on goal achieving, achievements, victory, success. With this Nine of Pentacles, this is a singles person's energy. This is material sort of independence, female empowerment, feeling, you know, accomplished and feeling victorious within yourself, enjoying the fruits of your labor, enjoying your hard work. And with this World card, I feel that a lot of you are going to be entering a new phase in your life here. Some sort of completion. Okay. And like I said, you're learning how to sort of find and maintain that balance within yourself. And how to, and there's a lot of strength testing going on here as well. You know, lessons, strength testing. You know, there's been sort of obstacles and challenges that have come your way, and the universe is testing you to see what you're able to cope with and what you aren't. And I do feel someone here is quite spiritual, okay, and really sort of tuning in with their spiritual side, okay. Consulting with the higher power, you know, the higher power, okay. Talking to the universe. Final outcome card. We have a final outcome card here. Someone's very cagey here when it comes to feelings and emotions. Very cagey, very. They don't open up at all. They don't show much anything. Definitely feel that there's something that someone's just being very cold, leaving someone out in the cold, leaving someone hanging. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. So some of you could definitely be dealing with a fellow earth sign. This could be you. Look, you feel stuck, you feel confused, you're left hanging, you feel out in the cold, you feel stuck, you could be struggling financially, you could have children. Someone is being cold towards you, like I said, closed off emotionally, distant, just being cold or sharp with their words. Five of Pentacles is very much poverty and feeling out in the cold, stress, anxiety. Someone could have lost their job here. And like I said, someone's really struggling here to maintain their equilibrium, or to find or learn self-control, or how to maintain something here. And I just feel here, until someone surrenders something here, another situation, another commitment, they're going to continue to feel this limbo, this stuck. Things are at a standstill right now. There isn't much communication. Tell me more about this Five of Pentacles. This could be you. Maybe you need to surrender someone, leave someone out in the cold because you're tired of this whole situation. Yeah? You're saying something better, please. You want a new opportunity. You're open to new change, new love, other options. And I just feel, yeah, that you've had enough now. Virgo. I just feel that some of you feel like you're out of your depth. That's what I feel. Final outcome card for Virgo. What's the outcome of this situation? I feel that someone's going to be walking away. That's what I feel. So I feel a lot of you are, you know, focused on your finances right now, manifesting, building for yourself, goal achieving, working hard, you know, hard work paying off with this Eight of Pentacles. Again, we've got Earth energy. This could be you, okay? So yeah, working on self-love, you know, we're really working hard on those Pentacles right now. You just want to be single and free, and just, you know, just maintain yourself right now. Like I said, that balance. I feel that you're balancing a lot right now. work, you know, other situation, or, you know, and with this 8 of Pentacles, this is telling you to just focus on yourself right now, work on you, make yourself a priority. Maybe a lot of you are focused on your career right now and your prospects, completing your transitional stage or your transformation journey. If this is the case, just very focused on those finances right now, working hard, building for yourself, like I said, building a future, stability of this 8 of Pentacles. And this is about, you know, like I said, it's like someone needs to find that strength and that courage within them to persevere and carry on. Yeah, as I said, there's a lot of strength testing going on within this situation. I feel that you are going to just, with some of you, yes, you're going to sort of put the brakes on this, and, you know, it's come to a completion. It's time for a change. As I feel with some of you, like I said, you've had enough, and you need to show yourself more love now, and find yourself again, feeling complete again. And like I said, with this Lovers and this Empress, I feel possibly outside influences, that's what I feel, other options, and I feel that you need to show yourself, nurture yourself more, you know, look after yourself, feed your soul, nurture your soul. Yeah, there's going to be some sort of completion of cycles here. It's like something's ending, right? Something's ending. Someone's going to break free from something, because we're having this Death and this Fool. Something's ending, and then something new is going to be starting. You're going to be entering a new phase here, right? You're going to be entering a new phase in your life, a new cycle, a new chapter. But in order for that to happen, someone here needs to let go of something. Possibly some of you might not want to let go of this person, because you're clinging on to that bit of hope that they're going to come out of this other situation. But with some of you, yeah, you want change, because this person's not giving you what you want, so you are calling a completion here of cycles. So you're just going to take the leap of faith, and you're seeking opportunity and victory elsewhere. You want a new start now. And I just feel with a lot of you, I feel that you just clinged on because you wanted closure or clarity in a situation. And again, with this Moon card, I feel like this person's not giving it to you. No, they're not. Very deceptive. I feel like someone just sits here and just watches and doesn't do anything. With that King of Cups there. I feel this has been going on for a while. It could be 5 years, 8 years, 8 months, 6 years, 6 months. I feel this has been sort of repetitive, ongoing, a continuous. I feel that you want consistency, you want stability, you want something permanent. You don't want someone who is in and out, in and out. Multiple lovers, multiple options, other commitments going on. You know, you want someone who is there, you know, 100% there, not half there, half over there. And I do feel with a lot of you, you have been left out in the cold, and, you know, feeling stuck and like you're left hanging and out in the cold a lot of the time. So wow, Virgo, like I say to everyone, whatever you decide to do, we all have choice and free will, okay? And be open to change, be open to new love, you know, and pursue your heart's desires. Do whatever you need to do to make yourself happy, okay? Virgo, and also, you know, this is going to be a going with your own judgment thing, going with your gut instincts and following your heart. That's what I say to everyone, okay? So I think that's a good note to leave it on, Virgo. I hope it was insightful. I hope it helps, okay? Sending you so much love. Peace be with you. Blessings. Bye, Virgo.